What's up, guys? Coach Chris with the Silverback Podcast, and today I'm going to have Rich Neagle on the podcast. Rich Neagle is a firefighter here at, I believe it's Fort Hood, right?
Yes, sir.
He's a longtime friend of mine, and he's been a parent of one of my athletes for, you guys have been around for almost 4 years now.
Just about.
So, thank you for being on the show.
Nice seeing you again.
Yeah. So, let's start with, I guess, sharing to the world, I guess, a little bit about yourself. What you do besides firefighting, and just what you want the world to know about Rich.
Well, my name's Rich Neagle. I've been here going on our 4th year with Silverbacks. I've been 17 years out at Fort Cavazos. I currently serve as the chief of EMS for out there, and then we also build homes here in Dale County, Texas, under Neagle Luxury Homes. And we've been coming here on and off for about 4 years. Logan started out as a first-year baseball player, just playing rec ball. That's where I met Coach Chris, because he came over and started coaching with us for some pitching lessons, and we've been attached to him ever since, and we really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's been a fun ride.
It has.
I remember the first time you guys came into the facility was really hot.
Oh yeah.
And we were over in Temple. It was spicy over there.
That was a little building, man.
Yeah. Well, we made it happen. It was a good time. I guess the grind.
It was a lot of fun. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, I remember Logan was really little. He had his little soccer shirt on.
No, and he couldn't throw right or left-handed or anything. And
now, thank God, we're a lot closer to you. Right?
I love it.
Yeah.
You guys are in a bigger, better location. It's fantastic here. The weather's nice in here. It's great.
Right. Okay, so it's interesting that you're a firefighter, because I remember growing up in New York City and watching the FDNY, and I remember telling my father specifically that I wanted to be a firefighter. So, I guess it never happened. Obviously I'm here training kids today, but it's always been a job that I especially FDNY. They're some big, really cool trucks, and the way they move is just, they're loud and rowdy, but man, they always look like they come deep. They roll in deep when they come in. But so it was a group of people that I always admired, especially growing up. So it's cool that I have a relationship. Thanks, somebody has been doing that for so long. But
appreciate it.
Cool. And then how do you get into the home building?
Well, my dad's been in construction for 40 plus years, and then he built smaller homes, and then I really wanted to do something with him. So we started building houses about 6 years ago. We've been going strong ever since, and we build 8 to 10 houses a year, and I really enjoy building homes.
Yeah, the process of it.
I do. It's a lot of fun.
It's cool. I mean, you're leaving your mark on this earth.
Yeah.
Because those houses will last forever.
And you're providing a service to people.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I like it.
I think nobody's ever sad to buy a house.
No. I mean, the economy right now with the interest rates and everything, but hopefully that goes back down.
Yeah. But even then, like, you still buy a house, and it's a beautiful moment in somebody's life.
Oh, it's nice when you drive down the road and your kids say, "Hey, look, my dad built that." So
yeah,
that's exciting.
And you built that with your dad. So,
yeah.
So that's always a cool thing.
It's awesome.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, those are amazing things. I think you're leaving your mark on this earth, and it's good.
Thank you.
It's a great thing to do.
It.
In terms of Logan, we've seen him grow
a lot
in the last 4 years. I think for me, the biggest thing with him, and we talk about this a lot, is just his confidence. I know he was a little timid about, like, playing select and things like that.
And everything.
And I kind of like, no, we got to do this. You got to force him to do it a little bit. But he's done great. I think
he's done phenomenal, man. He's turned into a little gorilla.
Yeah,
he is.
He's gonna start hitting those puberty years. That back might start getting a little silver on
muscle on him, man.
But he definitely has turned into a good ball player. And who knows what the future has in hand for him. We just want him to try his best.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's fun watching them grow, like always.
I agree with that as well.
What do you think? So you've seen both the league and you've seen select. What are your thoughts on each of them, I guess? Like, what do you think about league ball and where it might stand in an athlete's life, and then maybe select too as well?
I think they both have their pros and cons. So I think league ball is for a good starting point to see if people want or if they're interested.
Yeah.
And sort of teach them the structure and the values. And if they want to move forward, then go to the upper level
definitely a different game once you start traveling to do it.
It is.
And you start facing like real good competition. Not that in league they don't have it, but typically you're gonna find. I think league is more an environment where if you, like you said, if you want to learn, if you want to try it out first, and there's some really good ball players in league too as well.
There is. You only get one game a week, maybe two if you're lucky. You know.
It's a big community thing, if anything. It's a nice place for everybody in the community to have that community pride. Hey, we all live here locally. We're gonna play against each other and things like that. Kind of like high school ball too. So there's always been an argument like should players focus more on high school versus like travel ball.
Yeah.
But the same thing is that community pride. Like, hey, I'm playing at this high school against that city, stuff like that. So, but yeah, okay. What other things or so far since you guys been in the baseball world, you can come to your mind that you might want to touch on or things like that? Like,
I think overall finding yourself a good organization, you know, and that's why we've been here for so long, right? You know, you want to find yourself where you feel not only as part of a team, but it's more like a family atmosphere. You know, your child's safe, they're being, you know, disciplined, and they're being trained correctly, and this is the place that, you know, gives that for all the kids. It's a family atmosphere, and they're getting coaching, and everybody has the same moral values and ethics and everything, and it's a good place to be if you want to play baseball. It's a nice place to be.
well, I try my best to make it equal for all of them. So whether, because a big thing in here is that the older ones have to say hi to the younger ones, and Logan's in the middle there, but he knows Santi and he knows the younger kids, and he also knows the older ones. So for me, it's important. Like even like today, we had a parent walk in. First time he walks in, and I'm like, hey, this is Rich.
Yeah.
Like that, just that simple thing to me is such an important thing, because again, at the end of the day, it's about the community. And if that kid's coming in here with his dad, I want him to feel welcome. And I want them to have the same experience as everybody else.
I mean, you're raising these guys to be productive members of society. You know, this plays a big part of that.
We're trying our best to, at least.
Man. You're doing a good job.
But yeah, okay. And then, I mean, what can we expect from Rich? I guess in the future and things like that. But,
I just want to be a dedicated baseball dad and build some houses, man.
Yeah.
Go on down the road and make friends with everybody.
That's right. Like I said, it's something. 20 years from now, you look back and Logan will be 33.
I know.
And they'll be like, yeah, my dad built that with my granddad, and that's a big impression in the world, in the area.
Yeah, and you know, at the end of the day, it's about being a good parent and raising your child right. Nothing else matters but, you know, spending time with them and make sure they grow up to be a successful member.
Yeah. I'm learning that every single day with little Julie.
Yeah, I bet you are.
And I love it. I enjoy every little bit of it. Where there's times where like I'm so caught up on maybe doing like work stuff, and I'm like,
you get busy.
You know what? I should sit down for at least 30 minutes, an hour, and just sit here and do whatever with them. And just let them feel your presence.
You only get one time to be a dad, and that's it, man. That's all you get. And I that's the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. Is being a dad.
I agree. And I think God gives everybody exactly what they need.
Absolutely.
So I can't say any more how cool that is.
Oh, your family's amazing.
Yeah, they're right. Nah. If my wife hears me, she's gonna get me.
Yeah, she gonna get you.
But cool. All right. I mean, what was growing up for you? Like, what kind of sports did you play? Because I know we talked a little bit about something we both like.
Oh yeah. Well, Coach Chris and I found a common ground very early off the bat because we both were into boxing.
Yeah.
We both boxed. I just boxed and played baseball. So it's interesting. We can talk about fights and different regimes of boxing. So
yeah,
I like coming here.
We try to make it like that. I mean, it's a place for us to hang out. It's a house away. It's a home away from home.
And where can you go that you can come have a personal gym for adults?
Yeah,
while your kids getting trained.
I tell them all the time, like, hey, if you could train, parents, if you train in front of your kids will want to train harder. All right, they'll take it differently. They'll really respect, like, hey, dad's doing that too. They look at it differently. So don't think they're not watching. If you go take them somewhere and you start messing with the dumbbells or start doing a set of squats, something is better than nothing, and they see the difference. So
they motivated.
Yeah. So cool. Anything you want to ask me before we wrap it up here, or anything else you might want to talk about?
Yeah. What piqued your interest in baseball?
So we touched on this a little bit in the last podcast with Mia, but baseball was an avenue away from the gangs and the drugs and just the bad neighborhood that I was in. And for me, it was, I remember my dad took me to the backyard one day, and at the back schoolyard, it was a concrete schoolyard, and I don't even remember, I was probably 11, but he took me and my little brother Mikey, and he just taught us how to catch. And I think he knew that if he didn't do something soon, that the environment would have ate us up. So I think he did that, and I remember he was very cautious with how often he would let us go to the schoolyard, things like that, because I've had plenty of fights. That's how I got into boxing. I had plenty of fights, just like I'm on the baseball field practicing and somebody wants to fight. So we threw the hands.
That's what it takes sometimes.
So and then that's when I was like, yeah, I want to box. I kind of like this fighting thing a little bit. So, but that's how baseball ended up keeping me out of trouble, I think. Like I said on the last one, I think if it wasn't for baseball, I probably would have been dead or in prison, or who knows, on drugs or something.
So when you were little, was it your goal to be a Major League Baseball player?
Yeah, I wanted to play for the New York Yankees. That was it. And I always looked up to like Andy Pettit because he was lefty.
Cool, yeah.
Nasty pickoff move. I remember looking at like Jorge Posada, all the Yankees. Those are my guys. But and Pedro Martinez, I love Pedro Martinez, even though he was on Boston most of the time.
So you weren't like a Randy Johnson fan or anything?
I like Randy Johnson, but I think he was a little. I was already little young for him. But Johnson was nasty.
So like Mike Trout.
Nah, I was past that already. Yeah, I'm like the 90s, 2000 Yankees.
Oh God, the 90s, 2000s.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of the late 2000s, like when A-Rod was in there, stuff like that. But just think Derek Jeter's whole career, those 20 years.
I mean, I like Derek Jeter as a player and a person.
Yeah, I think he's a perfect example of what an athlete should be, especially if you get all that money, because I don't remember not one time him getting in trouble.
You don't see him negatively in the news.
No, even now, even as an adult and somebody that's retired, like he could do whatever he wants anywhere he's at.
Absolutely.
And we never see him. So he's a perfect example, parents, of what your children should be. And he does a lot for the baseball community. He's so private with his stuff too. So he's just such a good dude. And I think
I agree.
It was cool watching him grow up. It was cool watching him lead those teams. And just the way he played and hustled. I remember when I watched the game live when he ran into the seats and came out all bloody, but he still caught the ball. Like all of that, that was cool. Those were good moments. And then you brought like the Diamondbacks and Randy Johnson. I remember losing in 2001 to them.
See, I was a big Randy Johnson fan.
Yeah. I mean, the guy was nasty.
He's a monster.
He's huge.
Yeah.
And now he's out there doing photography.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Ken Griffey's getting into photography too.
Still getting paid.
Yeah. I mean, you got to do what you love and what you enjoy, and I think that fuels the soul. And when you do that, you live a good life. Because at the end of the day, we just energy.
That's it.
And if you got the right one, it'll find more of the right one. So, yeah. All right. I mean, that's it for me. Any questions? Anything else besides that?
Yeah. If you're looking for a good family atmosphere, man, this is the place to come. I would come check out Silverbacks.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Like and comment.
Yeah. So, thanks again, Rich.
Right,
I appreciate you always for trusting me with your family. And
you're like his dad.
I hope so. I hope they look up to me like that.
Absolutely.
I mean, I honestly just try my best to give them the best version of me, and for them to understand that they could do whatever they want, and to try their best. They're gonna fail, they're gonna fall, they're gonna do things that that maybe challenges them to a certain extent where they might question themselves. And my goal is just to give them that strength mentally to know, like, hey, either I prepared for this already, and if I didn't prepare, whatever. Coach Chris said, go try my best. So we're going to do that. So, but yeah. All right. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or anything like that, like Rich said, comment below. Let us know what you think about it. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you guys for watching.